Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ojota-Opebi. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu attends 5th International Water Conference, Africa Digital Health Summit holds in Lagos, and Lagos State Government inspects ongoing road projects. Let's get the show started from the 5th Lagos International Water Conference, where the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu emphasized the crucial role of water resources in maintaining a safe environment. He says it's time to build physical partnerships that will turn around operational efficiency and service in the state-owned water corporation. Take a look.
Environmental experts, Lagos State senior government officials, foreign partners and other stakeholders converge on Eko Hotel and Suites for the 5th Lagos International Conference to deliberate on how to finance water and sanitation for a greater Lagos. The Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Futsev, who is concerned about access to clean water, makes his way to the venue. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his deputy Kadri Hamzat also joined the gathering to analyze the importance of a clean environment, particularly concerning the cholera outbreak. The Executive Secretary of Lagos State Water Regulatory Commission sets the tone for the conference, while the State Commissioner for Environment gives reasons why water supply must be financed.
We are united by a shared commitment to improving the lives of millions through sustainable water and sanitation solutions. Our theme for this year's conference, Financing Water and Sanitation for a Greater Lagos, underscores the critical importance of securing adequate financial resources to support and enhance water and sanitation infrastructure in our rapidly growing city. These conversations are not only crucial, but intentional. The Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu's administration, as we seek to achieve sustainable development in the water and sanitation sector, ensuring that every resident of Lagos has access to these essential services.
The conference serves as a platform for us to come together, share knowledge, and explore innovative solutions to address the challenges we face in ensuring sustainable water management in our great city, Lagos. Water is a fundamental resource that sustains life and plays a vital role in development and progress of any society. I would like to express my deepest appreciation to the organizers, that's the Executive Secretary and our team, sponsors, and all participants who have contributed to making this coming together a success, especially the governor. Because after over a decade, Lagos was able to sign and approve a WASH policy. This sets the tone and put us on a global pedestal, telling the world we are ready to address the issue of water, the issue of hygiene and sanitation.
Water pollution is a major issue the Consulate General of Denmark and Kingdom of Netherlands want the government to tackle urgently.
Influx of people into the city has caused over-abstraction of water resources and indiscriminate sinking of boreholes and water wells in many parts of the state not covered by the public water supply network. So the generation of all sorts of solid waste and improper disposal of management of these wastes has caused water pollution, which has further compounded the scarcity of potable water. This collaborative spirit is what we need to meet these challenges.
We know when the rainy season is. We know that we have gutters and canals and water treatment systems in this, our city of aquatic splendor. And yet, every time it's like, okay, we need to clean the gutters because the gutters have been swamped with plastics, with debris, with people building housings on them. And it requires a systematic approach with systematic enforcement to make sure that it doesn't happen every year again. The infrastructure is basically there. Most of the roads that are sometimes flooded in Lagos have gutters beside them. It's a matter of making sure that the system is in place to manage everything like that.
Professor Sev says it's important to leverage the private sector investment to enhance public water supply.
Many residents rely on informal water resources, leading to waterborne disease, and health risk. Sanitation facilities are often inadequate, contributing to environmental pollution and public health hazards. Addressing these challenges requires concerted efforts and innovative financing mechanisms. The challenges we have today can be overcome when we look into the topic of today, which is financing one of the most critical resources, which is water, and its associated sanitation. The government can leverage on private sector expertise and capital to upgrade infrastructure and expand coverage to underserved areas.
Governor Sanwo-Olu linked the spread of cholera to lack of sanitation at the community level and the intake of contaminated water, which will be addressed once the Adiyan Scheme 2 water project is completed.
We all talk about cholera and the outbreak that we've seen in the last couple of weeks. We've seen it because of the proactive nature of this government, with all sense of humility. It was a level of how well we're able to take a proactive step and transparently have a surveillance engagement where we can raise our voices and raise them early. That we've been able to stem the tide, we've been able to reduce an outbreak that will not only be local, but will have been very catastrophic. Water is so important to us as a government and as a people that we will not shy away from whatever is going to cost us. When we come back here next year for this yet another conference, Adiyan 2, which will require tens of billions of naira, we should have been completing it. That is the commitment I want to leave here today. Whatever it's going to take, whatever resources is going to require for us to be able to complete a 70 million gallon water treatment plant that would change access to water, that would change availability to water, is committed. And if I'm making myself as an example, I'm looking for partners. I'm looking for real partners from the Federal Ministry of Environment, from all of our international development partners, to the private sector, that I see all of the very nicely done proposals, but nothing happens after the proposals. It's just been all proposals, proposals, proposals. We want boots on the ground. We want people that are committed and will take this forward. We want to move away from talk. We want to move to action. We want to move away from just rhetorics. It's the 5th year we're coming on a water conference. I want to see the outcomes and the outputs.
Meaningful outcomes from this 5th annual water conference will go a long way towards implementing solutions that will tackle water and sanitation problems in Lagos State.
Now let's turn our attention to the 4th Africa Digital Health Summit, where medical experts are calling for a strategic and innovative use of digital technology in achieving universal health coverage.
It's the 2024 Africa Digital Health Summit, a platform created for debating and developing actionable strategies that can help shape the future of healthcare in Africa.
Sustainable Health Information Systems, a framework.
The State Commissioner for Health, Professor Akian Bayomi, and other medical experts converge on a hotel and suites, Victoria Island, to share knowledge and experience in digital health across Africa, under the theme of digital transformation of health systems and possible ways to strengthen the primary healthcare board and how to leverage digital health for primary healthcare. The summit has consistently hosted stakeholders in the sector, facilitating conversations focused on development of healthcare with access to networking and growth opportunities.
For reproductive health for young ones, it is really, the framework would really be useful. So well done, and I really hope that the future is going to be promising more through technology.
Dr. Emmanuel Agogo speaks on leveraging digital innovation to strengthen early warning systems for early detection of outbreaks via ecosystem approach.
To actually secure the health of human beings, you need to go beyond the interest, just the human systems. So you need to look at surveillance of human health, surveillance in animal health, surveillance in environmental health as well. COVID-19 showed us, and Ebola, Lassa fever show us that the likelihood of outbreaks and pandemics that keep happening are driven by several things. Some of those things include human spillover events, the fact that populations are growing, and therefore you have viruses that cross from animals to humans, and therefore to have a good surveillance system, you should have systems that you cross, that are ubiquitous in identifying these risks when they occur. So this slide just talks about the essential public health functions which the WHO released. That means that at the country level, at the state level, you should have systems in place to do these 12 things: health protection, access to health services and quality and equity, public health surveillance and monitoring, then disease prevention and early detection. A lot of times when outbreaks happen, the only way, or the way that many public health institutions find out, is that you see something in the news, strange deaths occurring, strange deaths. And so that is event-based surveillance. And there are tools that have been developed that look at information from newspapers, web crawlers, etc., that helps you identify information that provides some form of surveillance.
Professor Akin Abayomi highlights the initiative of the state government in strengthening the state health sector with the use of technology.
So as Africa, what we have going for ourselves really is a starting playing field that is clean. It is not complicated. It is, at the moment, an open playing field. And it gives us a great opportunity to define what is best for us and take the best of what's happening globally, make some adaptations, and even do our own innovations. Now, the guiding principles of the Lagos Digital Plan really is to set up a safe, high-quality connectivity and ability to move data around equitably in a very safe and secure manner. So for that reason, it's to build the confidence in the citizens of Lagos. We must assure them that as we digitalize their personal data, and there are only two really sensitive personal data that we have. Sensitive personal data about your health and sensitive personal data about your finances. And so, if we are keeping your health records, I'm sure you want to know that the system can't be hacked and that your data can't leak or escape from the system. So we're working very hard on ensuring that we build the confidence of Lagosians as we are starting to collect their data. Now, we practiced this during COVID. As you know, during COVID, we collected a huge amount of data in our real-time management of COVID on a day-to-day basis. And we had to accelerate our compliance with data protection security with Int'l. And that was accelerated during COVID, and I must say that the Lagos State Ministry of Health was actually the first agency in Nigeria to have achieved data compliance with Int'l, just because we were managing and we were the custodians of a large amount of public data. So actualizing the digital health strategy, of course the patient is at the center, and the Smart Health Information Platform is really an ability to move patient data. And I don't want you to confuse it with applications, because what you have to do at the beginning of defining a smart information platform is to build the backbone. And the backbone is the connectivity, so that the facilities are all connected in an interchangeable network of information flow. So you have your patient at the center. The patient's health-seeking behavior generates data. That generated data needs to be circulated to the appropriate locations for additional kinds of treatment, and then it needs to be concentrated in one place in the archive. It needs to be curated, and it needs to be stored for future use. The long-term vision of Lagos State is, first of all, to be able to achieve universal healthcare coverage, which means that there is equity and social justice in the way we manage healthcare in Lagos State.
Medical experts at this summit all speak in one voice, asking government to maximize the benefits of health data through advancing a value-based approach that will guarantee prompt services to citizens in Lagos and Nigeria.
Finally on the program is the inspection of ongoing strategic road projects by the Office of Infrastructure and the Ministry of Information and Strategy, where the Lagos State government assures residents that the Opebi-Mende-Ojota link bridge will be completed before the end of this year.
The Lagos State Special Advisor, Office of Infrastructure, Mr. Olufemi Daramola, Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Gbenga Omotosho, and other senior state officials are out for an assessment tour of some ongoing projects on the mainland. The first port of call is the ongoing construction of the Abiola-Onijemo Link Road with a bridge component of 135 meters to replace a plank bridge. This project commenced in October 2022 to relieve the swampy terrain and serve as a strategic link from College Road through Ajayi Street, Ogbatu Aruna, Obawole Ijushaga in Ifakojayi local government area of Lagos State. Ikeja GRA Regeneration Project is a network of 5 roads connecting Oduduwa Way, Oduduwa Crescent, Obadosumu and Shobarobiodo streets, totaling about 5 kilometers, all checked to see the progress of work already at 89%. A stopover at Ojota-Opebi project, where a link bridge is being constructed in Ojota-Opebi area of Mende, Maryland. Motorists have to utilize a single-lane bridge before the work is completed.
It's very, very okay now. Like before, this road was very, very rough. Like somebody cannot even be able to, check where to pass or something. But at least now, we can see changes.
The inspection continues to St. Finbar's Road, Unilag to Abule Okuta in Koshofe local government area. The road is an existing alignment connecting Yaba, Lagos mainland to Shomolu, Bariga, while the third alignment is a link to the Lagos Island, and workers are engaged to meet the deadline project, currently at 70%. It's also work in progress along Alakpere K2 Road. The length of the road is 1.95 kilometers with an existing width of 8.0 meters. Opebi-Ojota Link Bridge is an iconic project traversing Opebi to link Ojota-Odoyalaro Bridge, Maryland and several other roads within the environs. The construction of the bridge is a strategic initiative of Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration, with local engineers working with other contractors to get the job done. The Special Advisor on Infrastructure commends the progress of work and gives assurance of completion in the next 6 months.
We've visited the network of roads in the GRA. We've visited Abiola-Onijemo. We've visited Ojota-Opebi Link Bridge. We've visited St. Finbar's. And now we are on the Opebi-Mende project. This is part of our efforts to ensure that all our contractors are up and doing on the projects. Most of the projects have very commendable progress, and be as it may, the major challenge at this point in time is the issue of the weather. But all contractors are working assiduously. They're really pushing it, doing all works that could be done without any counter effect during the wet season. So the progress is commendable. This project is scheduled to be completed before the end of this year. I assure you, you've mentioned Agri-Kishao particularly. I will speak to that project. There's a contractor on that project. There's progress going on. And the other works that need to be done at different sections, we would ramp up progress as it goes. The issue of the weather is something that is very critical. However, I assure you, the Public Works Corporation is poised. They are ready. I'm sure you would see them. You've started seeing them. I'm sure it's because you haven't seen them on your street. But I assure you, on Ogba Road and other roads within the environs, you will see Public Works Corporation.
The Commissioner for Information and Strategy says university students are being engaged to be abreast of new trends in the construction field.
What we have seen is a testimony to the fact that the administration of Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu is not resting on his horse. So many projects are in the pipeline, so many to be completed, and so many being completed. You can see so many of our young people who have been employed, who are working here, talking about Nigerian engineers working on all these roads. Most of the places that we have been to, you have seen people who have been working there. You have seen our students being taken onto some of these projects to come and learn how to do things. A project like this Opebi Ojota link bridge is not something that is common. So it is very good for our young engineers to have this kind of experience, because some of them may not see it again. So you can see it's a massive project. It's a project that is going to bring relief to Lagosians and all of the people going to the airport, trying to connect Ojota, trying to connect Ikorodu. So for me, so far so good. Everything is something to be commended.
Some students on internship are on site. They share the experience gained so far.
I've learned about piling and the process of starting a bridge. So when you want to start a bridge, you start from the piling, which is the foundation, followed by the pile cap, followed by the pier column. After the pier column, you have a plinth. After the plinth, you have grouting. After grouting, you have the bearing. After bearing, then the beam come on top of the bearing to hold the load. Like the foundation helps to hold the load. It's helped my profession a lot, especially if you want to go into the highway part of civil engineering. It's going to help a lot. It's going to improve my experience, because when I get out there, when I get outside of the world, like after school, it will make me like more stable.
Basically, I would say what I've learned in class is basically the theory aspect. Yeah, it's basically practicals, where you see a cantilever beam, different types of supports, resistance, everything you see here. And basically also, what I would say is you can learn so many things in class, but without a practical, you'll not be able to understand how you reciprocate the theory into practical.
The final stop is the Lakwere Expressway to inspect the pedestrian bridge project.
The first is to thank Lagosians for being so patient, for being so understanding, for showing what good citizenship is all about. By that road, it was an accident. Nobody ever said that it was going to come down that bridge. But you have seen now the bridge is being worked on by one of the best engineers around, Julius Baja, and I feel that any time in a couple of months is going to be completed from what we have seen today.
The Lagos State government appeals to residents in the area to exercise more patience while they pace upon the project and assures of delivering all ongoing projects before the end of the year.
So this is where we call it today on this week's edition of Dateline Lagos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ojota-Opebi. Remember to be the best you can, keep the environment clean, obey all state laws, and most importantly, please stay safe. Bye for now.